Hello everyone, welcome on my channel. Today we will talk about Ford. The Henry Ford Company was Henry Ford's first attempt at a car manufacturing company and was established on November 3rd, 1901. This becomes the Cadillac Motor Company on August 22, 1902, after Ford left with the rights to his name. The first motor company was launched in a converted factory in 1903 with $28,000, equivalent to $807,000 in 2020, in cash from 12 investors, most notably John and Horace George, who would later found their own car company. The first president was not Ford, but local banker John Gray, who was close to assuage investors' fears that Ford would leave the new company the way he had left its predecessor. During its early years, the company produced just a few cars a day at its factory on Mack Avenue, and later at its factory on Pickwick Avenue in Detroit, Michigan. Groups of 2 or 3 men worked on each car, assembling it from parts made mostly by supplier companies contracting for Ford. Within a decade, the company would lead the wars in the expansion and refinement of the assembly line concept, and Ford soon brought much of the part production in-house. Henry Ford was 39 years old when he founded the Ford Motor Company, which would go on to become one of the world's largest and most profitable companies. It has been in continuous family control for over 100 years and is one of the largest family controlled companies in the world. The first gasoline-powered automobile had been created in 1885 by the German inventor Karl Benz. More efficient production methods were needed to make automobiles affordable for the middle class, to which Ford contributed by, for instance, introducing the first moving assembly line in 1930 at the Ford factory in Highland Park. Between 1903 and 1908, Ford produced the models A, B, C, F, K, N, R, and S. Hundreds of a few thousand of models of those were sold per year. In 1908, Ford introduced the mass-produced Model T, which totaled millions sold over nearly 20 years. In 1927, Ford replaced the T with the Model A, the first car with safety glass in the wallet shield. Ford launched the first low-priced car with a V8 engine in 1932. In attempts to compete with General Motors' mid-priced Pontiac, Oldsmobiles, and Buick, Ford created the Mercury in 1939 as a higher-priced companion car to Ford. Henry Ford purchased the Lincoln Motor Company in 1922 in order to compete with such brands as Cadillac and Packard for the luxury segment of the automobile market. In 1929, Ford was contracted by the government of the Soviet Union to set up the Gorky automobile plants in Russia, initially producing Ford Model A and AAC, Serbia playing an important role in the industrialization of that country. Ford Germany, first subsidiary in Germany, produced military vehicles and other equipment for Nazi Germany's war effort. Some of Ford's operations in Germany at the time were run using forced labor. The creation of a scientific laboratory in Dearborn, Michigan in 1951, doing unfettered basic research led to Ford's unlikely involvement in superconductivity research. In 1962, Ford Research Labs made a key breakthrough with the invention of a superconducting quantum interference device, or SQUID. Ford offered the Lifeguard Safety Package from 1956, which included such innovation as a standard deep dish steering wheel, optional front and for the first time in a car, rear seat belts, and an optional padded dash. Ford introduced child-proof door locks into its products in 1957, and in the same year offered the first retractable hardtop on a mass-produced six-seater car. In late 1955, Ford established the Continental Division as a separate luxury car division. This division was responsible for the manufacture and sale of the famous Continental Mark II. At the same time, the Edsel division was created to design and market that car starting with the 1958 model year. Due to limited sales of the Continental and the Edsel disaster, Ford merged Mercury Edsel and Lincoln into Me-EL, which reverted to Lincoln Mercury after Edsel's November 1959 demise. The Ford Mustang was introduced on April 17, 1962, during New York World's Fair, where Ford had a pavilion made by the Walt Disney Company. In 1965, Ford introduced the seatbelt reminder light. With the 1980s, Ford introduced several highly successful vehicles around the world. During the 1980s, Ford began using the advertising slogan "Have you driven a Ford lately?" to introduce new customers to their brands and make their vehicles appear more modern. In 1990 and 1994, respectively, Ford also acquired Jaguar cars and Aston Martin. During the mid to late 1990s, Ford continued to sell a large number of vehicles in a booming American economy with a soaring stock market and low fuel prices. With the dawn of the new century, legacy health care costs, higher fuel prices, and a faltering economy led to falling market shares, declining sales, and diminished profit margins. Most of the corporate profits came from financing consumer automobile loans through Ford Motor Credit Company. That's all for now. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Bye.